between 0 and b. For the given positive integers a and b as 20 and 3, by taking different integral values in the place of q, to find out a representation for 20 and 3 according to the Euclid's division lemma, we arrived at this position, and that unique representation for 20 and 3 is that 20 is equals to 3 into 6 plus 2. Let us look at this. This is just similar to our previous explanation that dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. See, we represented our previous example distribution of 3 chocolates to the 20 students as a division like this. When you divide 20 with 3, 6 is the quotient and 2 is the remainder. Look at this. This representation is as it is similar for this division, and we know that every division can be expressed as dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. And at the end, if you observe, this Euclid's division lemma is nothing but a restatement of our long division process which we are using for many years. And let us see the statement of Euclid's division lemma as a slide on your screen. See, the slide shows us the statement of lemma along with the statements of Euclid's division lemma. As I mentioned, lemma is a proven statement which is used for proving other statements. And now in this particular aspect, Euclid's division lemma and its statement is given for given two positive integers a and b, there exists unique pair of integers q and r satisfying a is equals to bq plus r, where the value of r is in between 0 and b. Once again I am repeating you that the statement of Euclid's division lemma, which is very helpful to solve many problems and even for the examination. Look at this. The statement is given positive integers a and b, there exists unique pair of integers q and r satisfying a is equals to bq plus r, where 0 less than or equals to r less than b. Let us look at this Euclid's division lemma along with our division process. See, as we mentioned, this Euclid's division lemma and the division process both are same. This lemma is just a restatement of that division process. And now we are going to observe few things which are very helpful to solve the problems. Now look at this. This a and b are the given positive integers, and this q and r are the unique pair of integers which we find with a process, right? And look at this division process, and this is a general statement that dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. See, we need to observe few things related to this. Among those, the first one, see what you think about this a and b, which one is greater and which one is smaller. And usually we consider, if you think about a and b, and when you coming to the division process, this a is nothing but our dividend, and b is nothing but the divisor, and q is nothing but our quotient, whereas r is nothing but remainder of the usual division. And we know that in a division process, usually we consider this a as a greater number when compared with this b, and the same thing is happened at this Euclid's division lemma again. When you look at this a is equals to bq plus r, always the value of a is greater than b. And after that, you need to pay your attention on this r value. R is basically the remainder, right? And then look at this r. This r is always in between 0 and b. And what you say about this b? That b is the given positive integer, and a is also the given positive integer. And now I am going to give you different forms for this a by taking different values for this b. And for suppose, if you take b is equals to 1, what will happen? If b is equals to 1, you need to think about r now. This r is in between 0 and b. So 0 is less than or equals to r is less than 1. Look at this. The value of r is less than 1 and the value of r is greater than 0, and here we have a chance to take r as 0. See, clearly there is only one number which is in between 0 and 1. The statement itself suggesting us that we need to take r as a positive, as an integer. See, the integer which is in between 0 and 1 is only 0, since we have a chance to take 0 in the place of r, right? So if b is equals to 1, then directly our r value is 0. Then in such case, the representation according to the Euclid's division lemma is like this: a is equals to bq plus r. That means 1 into q plus r is 0. Look at this. b is 1 and a is any given positive integer. Once again, I am repeating you that a is any given positive integer. We have an independent chance to take any number in the place of a, and take any number in the place of a. And but see, for our discussion, we are restricting b value to 1. If a is any positive integer and b is 1, then according to the Euclid's division lemma, we have a chance to write that a as 1 into q plus 0. See, let us discuss this, the same thing with b is equals to 2. Now look this. If b is equals to 2, what will happen? If b is equals to 2, then again the restriction on r changes according to this statement. Then what is r? R is in between 0 and 2. Look at this. Since b is equals to 2, the value of r is in between 0 and 2. We know that r is an integer, and the integral values which are in between 0 and 2 and 0 is also allowed are nothing but 0 comma 1. See, 0 comma 1 in the sense the value of r either may be 0 or may be 1 if b is equals to 2. And now you just rewrite a, that means the statement of Euclid's division lemma, with this b and r. See, that q is independent of our discussion actually, and now I am going to write a with respect to this b and r. A is equals to bq plus r, and that r is either 0 or 1. So in this case we have two forms for that a, and that a is equals to 2 into q plus 0 or 2 into q plus 1. Look at this. If b is equals to 2, then we have two possibilities for that a, and that a is equals to either 2 into q plus 0 or 2 into q plus 1, and only these two possibilities will happen for a. And again I am repeating you, this a is any positive integer. You may take any positive integer a, and if b is equals to 2, there exists surely two forms for that a. And see, you may take any variable in the place of a. According to the problem, sometimes you may take that a as n or x or something, and it should be a positive integer. And for that positive integer, if b is equals to 2, we have only two representations, that means two forms for that a. And those two forms are, one is 2 into q plus 0 and the other one is 2 into q plus 1. And here this q is independent of our discussion. So you may take any other variable also in the place of q. That means I may write this a is equals to 2 into q and 2 into q plus 1, maybe some a is equals to 2k or 2 into k plus 1 also. See, this is my choice of writing the variable, right? Just look at this. These are the forms for a with respect to 1 and with respect to 2. So, according to the statement of Euclid's division lemma, a is any positive integer. So, if you take a positive integer, that positive integer has different forms, different representations according to the value of b. Let us see the representations if b is equals to 3. Let us see the forms of a if our b is 3. If b is equals to 3, what will happen? Look at this. If b is equals to 3. If b is equals to 3, then we need to restrict r. How the r? See, the value of r is in between 0 and b, that means specifically here in between 0 and 3. As we know that r is an integer, and that integer is in between 0 and 3, then the possibilities for r are 0, 1 and 2. These are the possible values of r. So that means if b is equals to 3, R has again 3 possibilities, 0 or 1 or 2. Look at this. If B is equals to 2, we have only 2 possibilities for R as 0 comma 1. And if B is equals to 3, now we have 3 possibilities for R as 0 or 1 or 2. With these values of R along with B as 3, just write the statement of Euclid's division lemma, that means forms for A. And now A is equals to BQ, our B is 3, so 3Q plus R. And now we have a chance to replace this R value with either with 0 or with 1 or with 2. If you replace R value with either with 0 or with 1 or with 2, then the possible forms of A are 3Q plus 0 and 3Q plus 1 or 3Q plus 2. Actually, it depends on the value of A and the value of Q. Look at this. See, if B is equals to 3, then we have 3 different forms for A, and those forms are A is equals to 3Q, or A is equals to 3Q plus 1, or A is equals to 3Q plus 2. Likewise, we have a chance to extend this representation of A, getting the forms for A by taking different values in the place of B. And now once you just discuss these forms of A with respect to the usual division process. See, we are taking that B as 3. That in the sense, we are taking the divisor as 3. If the divisor is equals to 3, then there exist 3 different forms for the dividend A, right? I am repeating you. See, let us discuss this discussion of Euclid's division lemma in our usual division process. If our divisor B is 3, then we have 3 different forms for A, nothing but the dividend. So, depending on the divisor, we have an independent chance to represent A in different forms. If B is equals to 2, as I mentioned in the previous example, we have 2 forms for the dividend like 2Q and 2Q plus 1. If divisor is 3, then as discussed here, this dividend A has 3 forms like 3Q, 3Q plus 1 and 3Q plus 2. Let us see these 3 forms with respect to the division. For example, in the division process, we will divide A with this divisor B to get the remainder, right? And now look at this. If A is equals to 3Q, that A is equals to 3Q as a division is nothing but we are dividing A with 3 and the remainder is 0. And if you divide A with 3, what will happen? You may get the remainder as 1, and this is the representation of A is equals to 3Q plus 1. So, it may be Q. And this A is equals to 3Q plus 2 as a division. If you divide A with 3, you get the remainder as 2. See, actually, it is not confirmed about the remainder. We have 3 different possibilities for the remainder. In one case, we may get 0, or we may get 1, or we may get 2. No other possibility will happen. So, if you divide A with 3, you may get 0 as remainder, or 1 as remainder, or 2 as remainder. Only these 3 possibilities will happen. See, as a division, these are the 3 possibilities, and as a statement of Euclid's division lemma, these are the 3 possibilities. To analyze and to understand, according to the problem, we need to move in both the ways. But when coming for the examination point of view, we have Euclid's division lemma as our syllabus. So you need to practice writing different forms for A with respect to Euclid's division lemma. Let us see what will happen if B is equals to 4. Let us see if B is equals to 4. If B is equals to 4, as we discussed, that next we need to concentrate on the value of R. See what are the possible values for R. Look at this, the value of R in between 0 and 4. If B is equals to 2, we have 2 possibilities for R, 0 and 1. If B is equals to 3, we have 3 possibilities for R as 0, 1 and 2. And now if B is equals to 4, the value of R is in between 0 and 4, and the possible values for R are 0, 1, 2, 3. Any one of these 4 values is possible for R. See, any one of those 4 values is possible for R. See, with that statement, we will rewrite the forms of A. according to the Euclid's division lemma, A is equals to BQ plus R. And we need to take 4 in the place of B. And A is any positive integer. And now A is equals to 4Q plus 0 or A is equals to 4Q plus 1. If you select the possibility of R as 1, then the form of A is equals to 4Q plus 1. And if R is equals to 2, A is equals to 4Q plus 2. And if R is equals to 3, A is equals to 4Q plus 3. Other than this, no representation is there for A, because we don't have any other possible value for this R. Look at this. A is any positive integer, and it has different forms with respect to 4. As we discussed, if B is equals to 2, we have 2 forms for A. If B is equals to 3, we have 3 forms for A. If B is equals to 4, we have 4 forms for A. And see, if you think, it is easy for us to extend this idea by taking different values in the place of B. Now, if B is equals to 4, these are the 4 different forms. What are they? A is equals to 4Q, or A is equals to 4Q plus 1, and A is equals to 4Q plus 2, and A is equals to 4Q plus 3. Once again, just look at this Q. This Q is actually quotient of the division, or this Q is any integer. That Q is immaterial in this representation actually. Since that Q is immaterial, we may write it like this. This A can be written as 4 into something plus 0, or we may write it like this, 4 into something plus 1, and 4 into something plus 2, and this 4Q plus 3 as 4 into something plus 3. Since that Q is immaterial, we may take any variable in the place of Q. According to the problem, we need to choose that variable. According to our convenience, we will choose that variable, right? And at the end, if the divisor is 4, if B is equals to 4, then there are 4 different forms with respect to 4 for the dividend or for the A. And those 4 forms are A is equals to 4 into something plus 0, and specifically 4Q plus 0, and or 4 into something plus 1, specifically 4Q plus 1. 4 into something plus 2, 4Q plus 2, in the similar way 4Q plus 3. So now I think you are all confident to extend this idea for different values of B. If B is equals to 5, what are the different possibilities for A? Very clear that if B is equals to 5, we have 5 possibilities for R. And what are those possibilities? Directly I say the possibilities are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Since I have 5 possibilities for R, automatically I have 5 different representations for A with respect to this 5. And all those 5 representations, I am writing directly that if B is equals to 5, the 5 representations for A are 5Q, 5Q plus 1, 5Q plus 2, 5Q plus 3, and 5Q plus 4. Look at this. Other than these 5, no other possibility will happen. And I told you this Q is immaterial, you may take any variable in the place of Q. Likewise, if B is equals to 6, if B is equals to 7, we can extend this idea of representation A based on B. See, let us see the slide on your screens. See, it represents various forms of A for different values of the divisor B. As we discussed on the board, if divisor is 1, we have one form for A. And if B is equals to 2, if divisor is 2, we have 2 forms for A. Look at the screen look at the screen. And if B is equals to 3, we have 3 different forms for A. And if B is equals to 4, we have 4 different forms. And if B is equals to 5, we have 5 different forms as appearing on the screen. Look at the questions on your screen. Try these questions. All these questions are based on the concepts which we discussed in this class.